Ah, I see that spring has gotten some things done around here. She still hasn't done the back, but I hear that's just a stylistic choice these days. Is there any way in? Ah, yeah, I see that. Hello, my old rival. I thought I felt a chill wind blowing. A chill wind blowing indeed. Can you not feel it? The winds have changed in my favor, and the end of this world is slowly approaching. 119 is already ready in the world outside, and even if we are slower to change, your time is still running out. I'm not sure you can afford the practice from this monstrosity, but you would best knuckle down and begin your actual mega tree. This is my mega tree, Autumn. This spring, you started after me. You saw how grand my mega build is. You know you cannot beat me with a build in the literal shadow of mine. I know. I cannot build a tree to rival yours. What are you talking about? You've more practice than I at building, and the benefit of my mistakes. Just make one more start, Spring. One more new beginning. It's what you do. I might be gloating about the end of the season, but we still have months before winter comes to this world of Titancraft. For a champion of endings, you sure are doing a lousy job of recognizing the winning move. But then, it took me growing this tree to see it. Explain. You've won. Thrice over. I've run out of time, and it is your season now. By building before me, you've ensured that my tree lacks the magic of a new beginning. And first, the most significant victory you made in our game. When you unlocked our magic to empower the leaves, you claimed Dark Oak. I have remade this land, but it was a dark oak forest. The grass still remembers. The leaves, gathered from the forest that was here before, still remember. You were always going to win, Autumn. My domain is new beginnings. Spring? Yours is finishing things. So here's a new beginning. This is your show, Autumn. I leave this wood, this kingdom, to you, to finish as you will. Tell me, mirror mine, how does this end? It ends like this. This is still your throne. This is still your tree. I'll not wither the leaves from your branches. I will finish this garden for both of us. And I will see you in the next world, my friend. Goodbye.
I acknowledge this doesn't quite look like a garden. It looks like a very empty, flat plain. But that is why Spring called this a new beginning. She's handed me a flat plain and allowed me to do with it as I will, rather than handing me a pattern for the garden, mostly finished, to draw in the last little details and color into her lines. I mean, she has left me a few lines here, but there's still so much creativity I get to put in. Now, I think my order for finishing things up, besides having helped to finish the last of her tree, and finishing my own, which can be a project to be set aside, since it's not exactly like an autumn tree lacking in leaves comes across as odd. It looked perfectly fine, with the branches bleak and barren against the sky. It also, however, looks perfectly fine. Some nice autumn maple leaves. But setting aside that completed project, and that project that technically does not have to be completed, my next step towards turning this into an actual fairy wood is putting in the trees. Now, don't you worry, I am not about to cover this entire space with trees of this scope. Those two are both intended to be our crowning trees for the season. But I will be putting in a bunch of smaller, little mini trees. Only about as tall as those jungle trees over there. And scattering them on through, which will do wonders to fill in the space and also roof over the landscape and help make this bamboo feel proportionate. I then have also the step of going through and continuing to decorate the river. It needs more sugarcane and more bamboo. And significantly more bone meal needs to be applied to this glow lichen. Because I have a hill, and what is the purpose of having exposed stone, except as a place to absolutely cover in glow lichen? Though I will be taking shears to some of that glow lichen on the grass. My grass should not have glow lichen on it. This is unfortunately what happens when you let fairy magic run rampant without proper cultivation. The glow lichen spreads with no regard for what it's spreading onto, or what this does to the aesthetic. Yet with the trees in place, the next thing I might do is color in a few more lines. Halves of moss carpeting and amethyst crystal that make satisfying chiming noises as one wanders through the safe passages through the wood. After all, I can't warn foolish mortals to stay on the path if there is no path for them to stay to. And of course, any mortal that strays from the path may find themselves never leaving. This will, after all, be a garden full of wither roses. Of course, several of these things are stretch goals, because as I did say, this age of the world is coming to an end. Every plan I make must fit into the time remaining. And so, I had best get working before my time runs out.